Hello, Mavericks, and welcome back to another episode of MavTV.
You know, Quinn, for it being the end of winter, we've had some pretty warm days.
You're right. Let's go to Michael with the weather and see what the upcoming forecast is.
Hello, Mavericks. For the weather this week, I'd like to share with you guys some poetry. Today is the day they call Friday. It will be rather sunny. Hooray! There's a high of 44. Be sure to shut your door. This is the weather for today. From there, Saturday will follow. It will be sunny, and you'll be like, whoa! Spring is almost here. We will all be filled with cheer. So say goodbye to the winter sorrow. Gloomy Sundays can often be a pain. But hey, another day without rain. Partly cloudy it will be, high of 51 you'll see. But Monday could bring some more rain.
Hey Mavs, as a lot of you know, prom's coming up just around the corner, about a month or two away. So today, I'm going to teach you how to tie a tie.
Hey, with the weather getting nicer, that means we can start dressing nice again, since we don't have to be bundled up and shivering.
Well, then I guess it's a good thing that Liam is teaching everyone how to tie a tie.
I suppose so.
Next up, Charlie has a book review for us.
Well, what book is it?
I'm not positive, but I'm sure there's no monkeying around.
Good morning, Mavs. Welcome to Charlie's Book Review. Today we're going to be reviewing the literary masterpiece, Curious George Goes to the Hospital. Curious George poses a universal question of whether it is better to feel pain or nothing at all. When reading this, I was reminded of Albert Camus and his work on Sisyphean absurdity. This passage from Way's work particularly struck this chord with me. The hat covered George's head. He couldn't see. The man picked him up quickly and popped him into a bag. George was caught. Upon rereading the passage, I came to the realization that these themes were far more Jungian in nature, particularly in relation to Jung's usage of Hindu symbolism as images for the human unconsciousness. Here, the man with the yellow hat represents the inner malice contained within all of us that we must mask. A utilitarian society aims to produce the greatest amount of good for the greatest number of people. In George's society, this particular good is happiness, and government, industry, and all other social apparatuses exist in order to maximize the happiness of all members of society. The man with the yellow hat rebels against the notion of universal happiness. He argues that humanity must also know how to be unhappy in order to appreciate and create beauty. The use of a banana is an example of the opposite. George eats the fruit in order to go on a holiday from any kind of unhappiness. Because they refuse to experience unhappiness, the fruit keeps them from wonder and the appreciation of beauty. Curious George played a euphonium with my heartstrings, an instant classic who is only second banana to other novels such as To Kill a Mockingbird and Hank the Cowdog. I'd rate Curious George Goes to Hospital 4.5 yellow hats out of 5.
Thanks, Charlie. Very informative.
I wish I knew about that book before Wednesday for silent reading. Maybe next time.
Next Friday, March 9th, the Students in Action Group have organized a dance marathon to raise funds for Grant's House.
It'll be from 7 to 11 p.m. Cost is $10 and including 10 free raffle tickets.
Activities include raffle drawing,
cornhole,
a bead station,
board games,
Kona Ice,
face painting,
and music by DJ Boomers.
and we asked some people around the school what sick dance moves they will be breaking out during the dance marathon. Let's check it out. That's all we have for this week.
Yo, isn't there another video with Mr. Blacketer?
I think so, yeah. We're going over electives again.
Well, we'll end with this video. Have a great weekend, Mavs.
Social studies, electives that matter. We have a lot of social studies electives, and we see a lot of people take these classes. Don't have to take these classes. Well, some of them you have to take, like history and government, but you can take electives within that. For instance, there's AP history and AP government. Anyway, let's start with what we think of as the most popular elective at this school, and in a lot of schools, and that's psychology. Only juniors and seniors can take psychology. You can see some of the information up here about psychology. A lot of people walk into the class, they don't really know what it's about. Kind of starts off in philosophy and then covers a lot of different topics, but psychology is ultimately about individual behavior and mental processes. Then we've got sociology where history and biography meet, and you see that there's a lot of overlap between psychology and sociology, but sociology focuses on groups. So all of those things around you that help to define you and help to determine your behavior. We talk about a lot of controversial topics in sociology, race, gender, power, etc. Modern U.S. history, or what we call domestic cultural history, is a relatively new class on the books. Mr. Royer is teaching that right now, and it is an awful lot of fun because individual students get to research individual facets of culture, and then we try to bring it all together so that people have a deeper understanding of kind of who we are, not just who was president and who got shot in the face in the 1960s. The history of war has probably been the second most popular elective over the last decades at McCutcheon. Mr. Royer usually teaches this, but I believe Mr. Slicker has taught it as well. And it is a class that's all about kind of the military history of the United States and certainly some political history, but you want to talk about guns and tanks and planes, and that's the class to sign up for. Anthropology. Anthropology is the study of culture. Again, Mr. Royer usually teaches this. And gosh, you'll do everything from go outside to make weapons to learn a little bit about bonobos. Bonobos are interesting. Modern U.S. history, foreign policy, otherwise known as international relations. This is why there's a little bit of confusion with some of these electives. Usually students will just call it IR, or international relations. So this is U.S. role in the world. And gosh, you'll talk about everything from the Middle East to Russia, China, really, really current events and topical. Then we've got AP classes, including AP World History. There's normal World History, AP US History. Again, these would be, you elect to take the AP courses. Sometimes, believe it or not though, people will just take, like, let's say government, and then they'll take AP government because they just want to learn a little bit more about the subject. So they're called electives, but I think a lot of people just take them in lieu of the required classes. So we've got macroeconomics, microeconomics, those are senior level classes, AP government, senior level class, AP US history, could be taken sophomore, junior, or senior year, AP world history, usually prototypically taken as a freshman or sophomore, but again, you can take that any year. Gosh, did I miss any? I think those are all the electives in the social studies department. Thank you.